Are you highly sensitive? Are you a creative? Are you a spiritual seeker? If you're any one of those three, or maybe you're all three of them like me, because I'm highly sensitive, I'm creative, I'm a spiritual seeker, this is the one thing you really need to do to help your sensitivity so that you're not a victim to all the noises and people around you and your emotions, to your creative flow, and to your spiritual growth. Yes, your spiritual growth. Because getting out into nature brings you back into oneness. Getting out in nature, if you're highly sensitive, it gives your system a break from all the noise and commotion that happens in the cities, even in the suburbs. And here's the important thing that I'm doing right now, and I'm not sure if you can see my feet, but I'm going to back up some more, is I'm barefoot. I'm grounding to the earth as a spiritual seeker, as a creative, and especially if you're highly sensitive with all those other things, grounding makes complete difference on your thinking, your creative flow, your spiritual connection. Because when you get grounded, you get centered. You get centered in yourself. And when you're scattered and you're being pulled into the outside world by this has to be done, that has to be done, it makes you off-centered. And on top of it, if you do any kind of computer work or work with electronics, those EMFs are affecting your ability to stay grounded, to stay centered, to stay connected to spirit if those EMFs are bothering you. So I'm highly sensitive. If you're highly sensitive, EMFs really bother you. I will venture to say, even if you don't notice the EMFs are bothering you, they are bothering you because they affect our body. So highly sensitive people notice when it's affecting. If you happen to be watching this because you're maybe a creative, you might not notice it, but it is still affecting you. And the way you find out whether it is or not, even if you don't notice it, is to come out to nature, ground yourself to earth like I am, walk barefoot if you can. This is the time of the year you can do it, okay? And see how you feel after half an hour of just grounding to the earth. I noticed a difference just today. I hadn't been grounding because it'd been a super cold winter, so cold I hadn't hardly been going out. And I said, I felt my little girl in me telling me to come out and work outside. So I came out here to work, and in the process of working, I said, let me ground myself. And before I grounded myself, I could feel like when I got up to do some yoga postures that I didn't feel as able to stay balanced when I got onto one foot. And then after I grounded for a while, I noticed that all of a sudden, I can't remember what this posture is called, but I could do this posture. Now, I may tip here a little bit because I'm talking to you, but at the time when I did it, I didn't have any problems. You lift up one foot, you lift up the opposite hand, and then you lean forward. And I say the affirmation, I'm centered in my one true self, because this is what this posture helps you do. And then I stayed steady. And then I came back up and I put my foot down. But before I grounded, toppily, a little bouncy, having to put my foot down. And so besides just balance, it's going to help your focus when you're working, actually back on the computer. Most important if you're creative, it's going to help your creative flow of allowing yourself to connect with spirit and let your creativity come out in the expression that you truly desire. And as a spiritual seeker, because again, I'm all three, okay? When you can focus, right? Why do we meditate? Why do you look for these paths of awakening to help your intuition? When you're able to focus better, which grounding helps that, okay? Helps you focus and concentrate, you're able to connect more with spirit at a deeper, deeper level. All right, so this is just a little impromptu video I decided to do. I hope it helps you. If you have something you'd like to share, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience with grounding. If you find it helps you, if you go do it. Like I said, I invite everybody. One of the things about yoga is that, or in the yogic path, is that it's about experimentation. You get somebody give you some advice, but you have to go out and test it for you. You have to go out and do it and see, does it make a difference for you? Because I have found when I ground like I am now, it makes a total difference. It even just getting to nature, the ability to look out at the sky, gives you an expansive view. If you're feeling stuck and like you don't know what option to do, it can help you get another viewpoint by just sitting and looking at the sky and the clouds float by, or seeing the flowing water. Now, you might not be close to a nature spot like this, but you can still go to a park and look at the sky and see the trees, because when you around the trees, they give off, phytoncides, which help your immunity, help your health and wellness. And so there's just a plethora of benefits from going outside. But this is about going out and grounding if you're highly sensitive, a creative, and a spiritual seeker. All right. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings.